So excited to be on the road again. Sadly, I'm without my off-sider. He's not on this trip, but I am finally heading down to Wilson's Prom. I have a booking from today's Tuesday and the booking starts on Sunday. So I'm going to take my time driving down and just stop wherever I feel like it. So it's about 2:30 today, but in this campsite it feels about 4:30. And I've just stopped here on River Road Reserve. It seems to go for miles, but I don't want to go that far in. I'm only going to spend one night and just have like a slow trip down to the prom. I'll just tell you, it was a little weird to find. Like the camp, I found it in my camp book and it said it was a free camp and it said it was on River Road. So I followed River Road and then River Road went over a bridge and it was no longer River Road. On the bridge there was this campsite with a dirt road going in, but it wasn't called River Road Reserve. So I thought, oh, I must have gone too far. So I turned around and drove around the town for a little bit and then thought, I know, I'll put the GPS coordinates in the car and that'll take me to it. Well, it took me to the next town in the middle of their town bridge. While I was sitting there reading the book, a gentleman come past and asked me if I was all right. I explained everything and he said, no, your original campsite's the right place and heaps of people camp here. So I come back down. The entry is a little narrow. It looks narrow from the roadside. So I walked a little bit of it first. It was fine. So then I drove. And I think this is the second campsite I come to. It's quite large. Good morning. Last night was the stillest night I've had for a long time. Not a breath of wind. Everything was quiet on the river. I didn't hear anything except for a few birds that come down here to roost. And one bird was calling them all and you could hear them splash on the river. I was hoping I'd walk out the door and maybe see a platypus just because this part of the river bend's so quiet. But no luck. It's cold, but not freezing. I feel like I've camped somewhere I shouldn't because there's no one else around at all. Like, it's just strange. Oh, one wallaby. Tiny little black ones. And he's gone. And they're shorter than the grass. And I have a feeling I've come back to the road up here. So just a tiny little place, really. Plenty of places you can pull in and camp. Maybe 4 or 5 along the river itself. Well, as lovely as this campsite is, and it really is beautiful sitting here, it's a replay of yesterday. The same 2 water hens are up there. The same little bird is sitting on the perch down there. And it's idyllic to watch. But I think I'm going to move on just because there's not much else happening here. And maybe if I was a fisherman, I'd be walking along trying different spots. But now that I've walked the whole track and realised it doesn't go that far, I think it'd be nice to see something else. So that's what I'm going to do. Couldn't help myself. I'm driving along the Great Alpine Road and there's just so many trees and they're just beautiful and they're dropping all their leaves. I've just been walking through the leaves playing, really. I guess I better keep going in the car and keep driving. But it's just a very beautiful part right at the moment. Look at this. All the beautiful trees, and then they've been logged. Quite dramatic. I'm still along the Great Alpine Way, and I'm just stopping and starting. Well, I'm on the climb for Mt Hotham. It's quite gnarly and it's quite steep. I think one of the signs said it was like 7% incline. I've still got 20 k's of windy road left, so I pulled in just to have a break. So right now we're here. So we've gone all this way down through Bright and we're here. And we've still got a bit to go to Mt Hotham, and then I think it'll be going down. And it doesn't say how high we are, which is a shame. I think I'm pretty close to Hotham now. I couldn't help but stop in this orchard and just say, look at this. So that's the road leading up to Hotham, and this is just on the side of the road. And this is just the other side. Oh my gosh, I love it. It's cold, like the wind's cold, but it's not so bad. There's a car coming, would you believe? This is me. I'm at Victoria Falls Camping Ground. I can't hear or see the falls, but I'm going to have a walk this afternoon. The weather is just amazing. It's just a big open flat place, and this is pretty nice and quiet. I imagine during peak time, like either in summer if you can swim at the falls, or in winter for the skiing, being close by, it would be very busy. Well, now there's no sign saying how far the falls are away from. That just says that this is the campground, and the lower level is picnic ground, and there's an access road. It is so hot in this valley. I was up at Mt Hotham just over an hour ago. The wind was blowing. It was absolutely freezing. And now I'm in this valley. I'm in a t-shirt and I'm hot. So who would have known? As you can see, I am back at the campground. No falls. Yes, there are falls. I walked probably an hour, maybe an hour and a half. I met a couple that were driving back from the falls. They said it was another 4 k's to the turn-off, and they pointed out that the sun's pretty close to going down. So I have to decide tomorrow whether I disconnect from the van to drive to the falls, because they said that the road is too narrow. You'd never get a van down and you'd never turn around. Or if I don't worry about it, I move on. obviously I decided to disconnect from the van and drive to the falls. I'm not sure where the falls are. There's no signs. There's just this. So I'm going to go down this way. I can't hear any water. I can't see any signs. And this bit is like a roundabout. And the road is like just cut into the mountain, and it's cliff on one side, and it is literally only wide enough for one car. Okay, so driving back, I've been going much slower, and there's this turn off, and so that's the road there, and it's just a turn off. There's no signs or anything, and then there's just this little pathway with this little sign, and I'm hoping this is it. Now this feels like there'll be a waterfall. Oh my gosh. And there we have it, all the way down there. Well, that's it. It's pretty. I'm not sure it's worth the sketchy road. I'm really hoping I don't meet anybody along the way. I don't know if you can see over there, but there's just a drop all the way along, and it's clearly only one lane. There's very few passing places. Good morning. I'm absolutely frozen. It is cold. I'm just walking up the access road to Haya because it's so cold down there that none of the batteries will continue to work in any of the cameras or anything down near the creek. And the sun's just hit me. It's so much better. This is the access road in. There's a big flock of parrot type birds, but this is just beautiful, and it's warmer. Wow, what a lovely place these people live in. I just stood and took photos of the atmosphere as it changed over and over again over this farmland. It was just beautiful. And of course, you know, then I went and saw the falls, and then I went on my way. So until next time, I'll see you on the other side.